It's happening again. The streets of Minneapolis are filled with smoke, sirens, and a familiar anger. But this time, it wasn't the local police. It was the federal government. On Tuesday morning, 28-year-old Alex Pretti, an ER nurse who spent his life saving others, bled out on the floor of his own living room. He was unarmed. He had no criminal record. And as details emerge, it looks like the agents who broke down his door were at the wrong address. Today we are diving deep into the Alex Pretti case, the inconsistent statements from ICE, and why this shooting might become the biggest political crisis of 2026. Let's look at the timeline. At approximately 4 a.m., a specialized tactical team from Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or ICE, executed a warrant at the Riverview apartment complex. They were reportedly looking for a suspect linked to a cross-border trafficking ring. Witnesses say there was no warning, no knock, just the sound of a battering ram and shouting. Alex Pretti, who had just finished a 12-hour shift at the hospital, was reportedly asleep on his couch. According to the family's attorney, Alex woke up in a panic, disoriented by the flashlight beams. Within seconds of the agents entering the room, 3 shots were fired. 2 hit the wall. 1 struck Alex in the chest. He was pronounced dead at the scene. Here is where the story falls apart. In their initial statement, the Department of Homeland Security claimed the agent fired because Alex brandished a dark object in a threatening manner. They implied it was a gun. But investigators at the scene found no firearm in the apartment, not one. What they did find near his body was a black TV remote. This has sparked outrage. How does a trained federal agent mistake a sleepy nurse holding a remote for an armed fugitive? Furthermore, leak reports suggest the actual suspect they were looking for lived in the building next door, Building B, not Building A. A clerical error that cost a young man his life. The fallout has been immediate and explosive. Governor Walz has called for an independent autopsy, stating that trust in federal operations is shattered. Meanwhile, in Washington, the pressure is mounting on the president. With the new aggressive immigration policies currently in place, critics are arguing that agents have been given too much power with too little oversight. This isn't just a tragedy, it's becoming a political weapon. Supporters of the administration argue that agents have a right to self-defense in hostile environments, but the public isn't buying it. The FBI has now taken over the investigation, and body cam footage is expected to be released within 48 hours. When that video drops, the country will likely see exactly what happened in those fatal 4 seconds. We will cover the release of that footage right here. So, was this a tragic mistake or a reckless execution? Let me know your thoughts in the comments.